Oh, excuse me. I didn't see you there. I'll be with you in a second. What's up, everybody? I'm Coach Zach with Team Criticalbench, and in this video, we're talking about feet, which for some of you is your favorite body part, and that's all cool. No, seriously though, we're going to talk about how you can massage your own feet as well as how you can strengthen and stretch your feet. For so many of us, our feet don't get as much attention as they deserve. And we're always on our feet, we're always doing stuff, we're always requiring a lot of things, a lot of strength, a lot of mobility, a lot of stability out of our feet and out of our ankles. So they need some love. And now I'm going to give you some tools that you can go ahead and self-care your own feet. First, we're going to massage the dorsal part, which is the top of the foot. Now, the key point we want to get here is we actually want to get in between the metatarsals. So we want to get right in between the toes. Not just the toes, but the bones of the actual foot. So if you trace your toe all the way down, that bone keeps on going. You want to get right in between. So from here, you can use your thumbs, get right in between. You can do little frictions, working your way up, finding those tight spots. You can also do some glides, pushing down and just gliding, doing it for each toe all the way up to the ankle. All the way up to the ankle. Now there are actually a couple ways that you can make this a lot better. First one is you can actually use a toe spreader to spread your toes and be able to get in there a little bit more. You can get these off Amazon, they're relatively cheap. They just go right in between your toes. They help space your toes out. This is especially good for those of you that, have bunions or wear shoes that really squeeze your toes together. This will really help you. And then from here, boom, I'm already getting some more, like it's more opened up, really allowing me to get in there more with my fingers. So really get into the top of the foot. You can use your fingers, you can use your thumb. You can also use a massage device. Maybe it's even the back of a spoon if you don't have it, but here I just have this crazy looking thing. Same thing, it's just like you would with your fingers. You can get in there, do those little frictions. Right there'll probably be a lot of tension for you right in between your big toe and your second toe, but then do the same thing all the way up. Some nice frictions. If you need to, you can use some lotion. Good. So that's the dorsal part of the foot. Now we're going to get into the plantar part of the foot, the bottom of the foot. So you're going to bring your leg, you're going to just bring your ankle over your thigh. This requires a little bit of hip mobility. If you don't have the ability to bring your leg up like this, then I would really start to address that hip mobility, get the ability to bring your leg up, because if you can't do this, you're not going to be able to enjoy this foot massage. Right? So from here, we want to just warm our hands up a little bit. And then without lotion first, just kind of warm the bottom of the foot up, right? Now for those of you that deal with plantar fasciitis, which is inflammation of the plantar fascia that runs all the way along the bottom of the foot, this will be really good for you. So first, we'll start with some glides. So you can use some lotion. You can start from the heel. I like to use the thumbs. Start from the heel and just start to work your way up. So you're actually going to start, you can start at the medial side from the front of the heel all the way up right to the toe. So you can just start in these lines, go in there using your thumbs, and then starting to work your way towards the middle of the foot, nice and slow. Also, if you find any tight spots, find any trigger points, hold that, breathe into that, see if you can relax. Then we get to the outer side of the foot, same thing, use your thumb, go all the way up. You can also use your fingers, starting here, you can stack them on top, starting to get up in there. So there's glides. Now we're gonna use the palm of our hand, this meaty, strong part, we're gonna push and we're gonna spread. This is particularly good for the fascia. Basically gonna be pulling the fascia gently apart, creating a little bit more space there. So from here, you're gonna take your palms and you're just gonna spread. So push and spread. Push and spread. Something else that you can do is for the fascia is take your thumbs and kind of create a little S with it. So one in front of it, one behind it, and then just kind of bring them towards each other. So creating a little S. You can go in both directions. If you're doing this fascia work, it might be a little bit easier if you do it before you apply lotion. It might be a little slick if you try to do it after you put lotion. So that's just working a little bit of the fascia in there. Now if you have bunions, where your toes are pointing in and you got a big mass right here, then there's actually a specific muscle called your adductor hallucis, which runs right along from the big toe and it goes horizontally along the ball of the foot that actually will pull your toe in if you have those bunions. So if you do, then what you can do is actually use your thumbs, use a little bit of lotion, and start to come like this. The transverse head of the adductor hallucis is what we're going for. So in, and then go laterally. Next, we're gonna address the toes. Now with the toes, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be creating some traction, pulling the toe, and then doing a little bit of joint mobilization. So with one hand, you wanna get right where the toe begins. You wanna hold it down. And with the other hand, you actually wanna gently pull the toe away. And then while pulling away, you wanna do little circular motion, right? So pull, and then nice and slow. Don't go too hard. So do that same thing with each toe. Create some traction. Make sure you can go both ways. Hold it down, some traction. And do that with all 10 toes. So it can be a little bit difficult to actually get the right amount of pressure using our hands into our feet. And so for that reason, I really love using specific tools that we can actually roll our feet on. Now, because most of the bottom of our foot is actually covered by that plantar fascia, then we actually want to use something with a little bit more texture. So instead of using a smooth lacrosse ball or any other type of smooth object, I really like using spiked balls because the spikes will allow you to actually get into the fascia. So with that ball, just roll around, find those tight spots, lay it up in the ball of the foot, right by the heel. You can go on top of the heel. Right, the heel, you really do need a lot of pressure to actually get into the heel and create some change there. So really you can put your body weight into it. And again, roll around, find a spot. Maybe you actually hold it there, breathe. You can also use this foot stick that's got those ridges, and right there you can really dig deep into that plantar fascia, creating some space there, opening that up. Right? Again, get the heel. Again, you can even do this with those toe spreaders on. Spread your toes, create that room, and then get into that. Maybe that'll create even more change for you, especially if your toes are all squeezed together from wearing shoes that aren't actually meant for your feet. All right, next I'm gonna show you an exercise that's designed to help strengthen your feet, especially if you have weak arches. Now, if you have high arches, exceptionally high, then this might not be the exercise for you because it might exacerbate that issue. But if you have flat feet and you just want to work on your arches, then this is what you can do. You can grab a blanket, you can grab a t-shirt, you can grab a towel, place it out in front of you, spread it out, and then go ahead and have a seat. From here, you're gonna dig your heels down, keep your heels in the spot that they are. You're gonna reach your toes forward, and then you're gonna scrunch up your blanket. Reach again, scrunch up. So we're trying to scrunch our feet and scrunch that blanket or towel. You can do one at a time. Maybe you see if you get one side's a little bit stronger, and then you can do both at the same time. Really strengthening up the muscles of your feet that hold up your arch. Go as much as you can. Again, try to also avoid using your legs, driving it back. Use the muscles of your feet. So scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. And you can spread it back out, scrunch it in. Now, a really good stretch that I like, especially doing it after this, is actually coming down into a hero pose variation. And then from here, just bring some flexion to your toes. Right? Try to get all 5 toes on each foot so they're on the ground. And then this is the first step, right? If you can't do this, or if this is a good enough stretch, then this is where you're holding it. All right, try to scoot your heels a little further back. And then from here, what you can do is you can begin to set your body weight back on your heels, letting your hips rest down on your heels, really stretching out the bottom of your foot, stretching out your toes, getting that nice stretch. You can take a couple seconds, come back up, sit back down. You can even come forward, shake it out, and then come back. You can do holds, you can do pulses. Just go ahead and find a spot wherever it is that you can hold and stay there. Come back up, and when you're completely done, go ahead and give them a shake. All right, thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something about the foot, taught you how to massage it yourself, give it some love, stretch it out, as well as strengthen it. But before you go, I want to give you something. You got to check out this neuro balance therapy program that is really going to help stimulate your mind-muscle connection, help get your balance right. Because as we get older, falling down on the ground can be really detrimental to us, So we really want to prevent falls as we get older to live a higher quality of life well into old age. So this program is perfect for you, maybe some grandparents or some parents that you want to live a healthy and long life. Don't forget to like the video, go ahead and comment your thoughts, your experiences. Let us know if you tried some of the techniques. As always, I'm Coach Zach here at Criticalbench, and I'll see you next time. Yeah.